Before a lot of you will come out there, open your mouth and be like, oh, Black Americans stole everything from us. Watch this video. Watch this video because honestly, I feel like a lot of you people that come from diaspora, do you get to America to come find greener pasture, to come enjoy your life, to come make something for your family, really do not understand the land you are coming into. You don't understand that whenever they talk about the blueprints, whenever they talk about people that invented, whenever they talk about people that created, honestly, that is Black Americans' handwork. But anyways, I'm not going to argue with you guys because you guys love me to argue, especially in my comment section. But I'm not here to do that today because I have proof and I have evidence, right? Credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. And my name is Sonia. If this is the first time tuning in, subscribe, like, comment, and share. And guys, disclaimers, this is just for educational purposes, not to come here and banter with anyone or defame anyone. With that being said, let's dive right into this video. I'll be back with commentaries.
Black culture isn't just culture. It's the blueprint. From the way we walk and talk, to the music, the food, and the style. The world copies, but they can never duplicate. Our slang becomes the dictionary. Our dances fuel the internet. Our hairstyles set global trends. From braids and fades to locks wrapped in pride, every strand tells a story of survival and creation. Soul food. Sundays taste like history, seasoned by ancestors who turned scraps into masterpieces. Hip-hop, R&B, gospel, trap. The sounds we birthed became the soundtrack of the world. And when we step out, whether it's in Jordans, church suits, or high fashion, we carry swagger they can't teach. From Kobe's drive to Nipsey's vision, from Aretha's voice to Tupac's fire, our icons live forever. Our culture is rhythm, flavor, resistance, and renaissance all at once. So tell me, what part of Black culture shaped you the most? Drop it below. Follow for more. Because this journey is just beginning.
Black Americans are the blueprint. Why do you go to the beach and burn yourself to a crisp trying to get brown if it's so wonderful to be white? And if you love your thin lips, why are you going to the doctor getting collagen injected and telling me my lips are too big? Don't, that's my thing. That trips me out. Whenever, white girls come to me, oh, your butt is so big. And it's like, well, why do you go get on that stair stepper at Holiday Health Spa trying to get your butt as big as mine? If being white is so wonderful, I don't understand why all these white teenagers don't stay white.
This is what I was talking about when I said Black Americans were the blueprint. Because in Latin America, we don't have things like that. I've never seen a lot of black actors in my entire life while I was living there. So yes, I'm gonna give their flowers all over again. And I'm sorry if I'm overhyped, but I'm very proud for all the work that you guys have done. So give it up again.
I've been seeing a lot of discourse about Shabuzi's acceptance speech at the Grammys. First, I would like to start off by saying I will never stand 10 toes behind anything Shabuzi says because something about him doesn't sit well in my spirit and in my soul. That being said, I agree. Immigrants did build this country. But before you start typing your comments, I also think that this country was built by enslaved people. And I'm not saying that immigrants and enslaved people are the same people. I think that this country is still being built. I think that this country was originally built on the backs of enslaved people, and they weren't immigrants. They were forced to be here. They did not ask to be here. And I think that modern day America is being built by immigrants. However, what people fail to mention is that right alongside those immigrants are Black Americans. But the only reason immigrants are allowed to exist in this country are because of Black Americans. Because everything in this country exists because of Black Americans. And if you disagree, you can. That's okay. But we have to give credit where credit is due. Black Americans built this country. Enslaved people built this country. But this country is still being built. And immigrants are also building this country. And if you fail to realize the nuances in that, maybe you should take a step back and look at it in a different way. I think that this whole diaspora war needs to end, because I am an immigrant. I am a proud immigrant because I am from one of the most beautiful countries in the entire world. That country is my heart, my soul, my pride and joy. I am still technically a Black American because ancestrally I am. My grandfather is a Black American and some other stuff, but I'm a Black American. At the same time, I think that when people hear that, when Black Americans hear you adding something else, it feels like you're trying to other yourself or make yourself different from Black Americans. But for me, that's not what I'm doing. I understand there's a connection. And yes, Black Americans don't have a direct connection to where their ancestors are from because of slavery. And that is painful, and it causes this divide amongst Africans, I think African immigrants and Black Americans, which causes tension within our community. However, I still think that we're all just one people. And I say this because I'm from the Bahamas, and I was literally watching today these videos of Gullah Geechee people, and they sound just like us. I'm sitting there listening to them, and I'm like, oh, that's my cousin? They sound just like us. So you can't tell me we're not all connected somehow. But back to my point, this country was built on the backs of enslaved people. This country is still being built. This country is currently being built by immigrants. But let's never forget that the only reason immigrants exist in this country is because of Black Americans. Hope this helps.
Y'all, why did everybody hate Black people? I know this is not nothing new. This has been going on for decades, and we shouldn't categorize all the people into a certain box. But I mean, that's what they did to us. We're the blueprint. Everybody wants to be like us, yet they hate us. We don't have a home for real. Yeah, we're from Africa, but we're here in America. We've been here our whole lives. Our ancestors are from Africa, but we don't even know where in Africa. So it's not like Africans are our brothers and sisters, because we don't even know our tribes. We don't know, their brother and sisters is their tribes. They don't care that we're Black just like them. They don't care about skin color. We're not accepted here in America, but even in Africa, we're looked at as different. Which, I mean, yeah, we are. We're outsiders, but, we're not at the same time. But I will say, I think America definitely conditioned us to, be scared to go to Africa, or Africa is just poverty and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not. And then we adapted to survive where we're put, and then the world just sees us as something we're not. We're literally outsiders in our own skin, but we're literally the blueprint. we literally, like, they all want to be like us. We've inspired them all in certain ways, yet they still hate us. And then people are like, jealousy. I don't think everything is jealousy. Some people are just hateful. I don't know. Like, bro, we deserve somewhere to belong. But yes, it's different for everyone. But like just in general, I'm saying this. Like, bro, imagine being white. Well, actually, I was gonna say they can travel anywhere they want, kind of, but I don't think they deserve to. Yeah. But in the midst of it all, I love being black. We're still the blueprint. I don't care. And then they scared of us, bro. Why are they scared of us? We should be the scared ones. Like, why are you scared of us? We literally did nothing. Like they steal our culture and we allow it. But when we want to move somewhere else or be a part of another culture, we're spat at or called racial slurs, or we're too dark, or like, it's not right, bro. Like, bro, even in our own culture, we're divided. Like, you're dark skin or you're light skin. You're in the suburbs or you're in the hood. Like, bro, we all was slaves. We all were slaves, bro. And yet other cultures, other colors, other cultures have been slaves, but like, they did not go through what we went through, and not as long as we went through, and what we're still going through, and how it feels to be scared to go to different countries because of how they treat you. And hey, I'm gonna be traveling, okay? I don't care. But still, like, do they know the fear? In black women in general, they fear us and they fetishize, whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Us. And dehumanize us. Yeah. Anyways, I'm done with my little rant. Okay, goodbye. Also, I had my little time obsessing over Korean guys and K-dramas, and they don't like us either, so.
Y'all ain't gonna admit it, but being black is only cool now because of black Americans. Everything from our music, fashion, art, food, our entire culture. All from scratch, mind you. And yet for decades, no one has been able to hold a candle for what we have done. They've burned and destroyed everything that we hold dear, and yet we still remain top of the globe. We stay on everybody's minds. That's why they invest so much time and money and effort into keeping us down. Because we're not the devil's bottom of the totem pole, not even children of God, that they try to get us to believe. Because they're too busy copying us, trying to figure out what to do next. Obviously, anything they do, everything they got, they took from us. So just a little reminder, y'all. I love us.
As a black American, the more I think about the shit that we invented and contributed to the world, not even the nation, the world, I be like thinking like, there's no way we actually did all that. But then you piece it together and it's like, damn, what did y'all do? Y'all didn't contribute shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not gonna say we made all music, but damn near. Blues turned into jazz, pop, y'all not ready for that. Country, rock, y'all not ready for that. Hip hop, obviously. And oh my god, and that's just music alone. Y'all not talking about the dances. Obviously the dances came from African descendants, but that turned into a whole different thing, and now everyone loves art dances. The way we dress, the way we present ourselves, like what? Our hair, everyone want to copy our hair now. Oh my god, seeing white people with dreadlocks, not even just white people, anyone that's not black with dreadlocks. I mean, you do you. I'm not gonna rip them out your hair or nothing like that. But like, I look at you with shame, cause why? They don't look good on you. They don't. White people with box braids. Oh my god, that shit looks like bones coming out your head. Please stop it. Please stop it. And the way we oh my god, I can't even talk about the way we talk. We got Hispanic people saying nigga more than black people. Like, what the fuck? It's hard out here being black American, but hey, I would never trade it for nothing else. Nothing else.
I'm a black person from South America, specifically from Colombia, and I want to say this. Black people from the US are on a different level. Like, we literally need to learn from you guys when it comes to racism, inclusion, and everything that gravitate around race. You guys are on another level because how is it possible that in every commercial ad on television, in almost every commercial, in almost every movie or show that goes on nationwide in this country, I see a black person? That's lovely. We don't have that in Colombia. Today I'm gonna talk about my experience about being a black person in Latin America. Since my previous video blew up and a lot of people request me to tell my story, my experience from living there as a black person. Okay, so racism in Colombia is more focused in classism, power, and acquisition. In my last video, I say Black Americans were the role model, the blueprint, because in Colombia, we see a few faces on the television or in fashion campaigns and so on. But that's not all. We have normalized people calling us Negro, which in Spanish is negro, which when you translate it is black, or we have normalized people calling us my Negro or my negro, mi negro, sorry, or my black, which is the translation. And they call us those names and many names as an expression of affection. But I know for a fact that Black Americans don't play those games. You're not allowed to say that, not even on television. And that's where I come back and repeat that Black Americans are the blueprint and that we need to learn from you guys. And what I mean by that is that Black Americans are not flexible when it comes to their race. And I know that because the US were built in racism. That's what it is. And a lot of people don't understand that part. Now, if you are a black person living in Colombia and if you got money, then everyone will respect you because you have a status. And that's all, folks. Let me know if you guys want to know more about my experience being there. If you guys want to learn to speak Spanish, a few phrases or whatever. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the support. I really feel that. I really feel like I have a community here, even though I don't know anybody. So yes, Black people for the win.
And you can tell everything you need to know about a person by how they pronounce the word black when referring to people. Because first of all, it shouldn't be weird. Black is a common color and is a word that can be used quite commonly. The only reason that word is weird to people is because of the people group it's associated with. And the weirdness by which we treat that word tells you everything you need to know about the anti-blackness in the world around us. I've never seen so many people afraid to say the name of a color. Maybe because they know by referring to us as only a color, they're dehumanizing us. Because even though other people are labeled by their colors, for us, it was a sign, symbol, and justification for our forced enslavement, forced displacement, and lack of human status in many societies. There is nothing wrong with being black. There is nothing wrong with the word black, and there is nothing wrong with the color black. The racist past and connotation attached to that word is not black people's to carry, because on the continent, we never thought of ourselves in this way. This is a title we've adapted to. It is a title attached to us by oppressors that we've reclaimed for our own honor. And it is something I'm proud to be every month, not just this one.
You know, I think it should be noted that other countries can't perceive Black American culture because they're living currently in Black American culture. Like, let's just be real. Our influence is strong as fuck. So strong that you even got other cultures that have created genres that directly come from Black America. Almost every other country got a rap genre and an R&B genre. That is Black American. Their styles mimic our styles. Our styles, the way that we dress, the way that we talk, the way that we walk, influence other cultures. Y'all kids are mimicking our kids. Our influence is so strong that people from other countries come all the way to America to be a part of the music industry that we created. Even our spiritual influence is strong. Do you know how many other nationalities that have converted to Christianity that mimic Black churches and mimic Black pastors? Y'all don't recognize the culture because you are literally cosplaying it on a daily basis. The problem is Black culture has become so normalized that y'all think it's something that stemmed from y'all, when in fact, that's all us, baby. That's all us.
Child, the foundational Black American story is one of the greatest ever told. Resistance, resilience, and reimagining. And baby, that's the gag. We didn't just survive. We authored that shit. We are the blueprint. Full stop. Now here's the problem. Folks love to play in our faces with that tired ass question. Where are you from? No, really, where are you from? As if the word American only belongs to white people. Because for them to admit that we shaped this country through our own resistance and destiny, that would shatter the very foundation of their belief in white supremacy. Baby, that's why they come at us sideways. Because deep down, they can't fathom how we survived slavery, Jim Crow, and systemic oppression, and still created a culture that the whole world copies. That confusion turns into jealousy. That jealousy turns into disrespect. Let me be crystal clear. We don't need their validation. Black Americans are the blueprint because I'm American. My family is from North Carolina, mom and dad. And I can't tell you the number of times I get asked that dumbass question. Where are you from? No, really, where are you from? North Carolina. Generations deep. Because I'm not about to do Olympic level ancestry to make somebody else feel comfortable. Ain't it funny how nobody asks white Americans where they're really from? But let a Black American say I'm American, and somehow it's like the Wi-Fi cut out. The manufactured confusion. What they don't understand is our story is layered. African roots, European ancestry, not by choice. Native connections. And it all converges right here in the United States of America. That's our reality. That's our identity. And that's exactly why some of them are jealous. They can't wrap their heads around how we carried and still carry the weight of oppression and still became the cultural heartbeats of this nation. Music, fashion, innovation, style, language, and I could go on, but I'm not. We set the tone every single damn time. So the next time someone tries to play in your face and say Black folks have no culture, no values, here's the list, baby. Family, liberty, justice, God, creativity, and survival. Those are our values. That's our culture. We are who we say we are and who they wish they could be, but never will. We are American. Full stop. So here's my ask of you. Stop giving clout, likes, and comments to folks who make a living disrespecting us. Block them. Protect your peace. Because the Black American story is too sacred to let outsiders rewrite. Chalice too much. So drink your water. Stay rooted, real, and knowledgeable. And mind your Black business. Happy Black History 365. And I'll see you next time.
I purposely have not been talking about anything out that political online because I be outside in real life doing stuff. And yeah. Not been on them people radar for a long time. But I did want to come say this to Black people. I just want to talk about how we are always the blueprint. Because y'all know how we have that running joke that Black people don't like, we don't take anything seriously, and like how we can make a joke out of anything. And that is essentially the culture that exists between the people who seem so far right that they end up back left, and same thing, they exist in the middle of this horse. If you don't get out of my kitchen, lost your damn mind. Sorry, y'all. But that those fringe communities that kind of exist in this weird center spectrum of left and right, and I'm not talking about moderate, and I'm not talking about Democrat or Republican. You have to be really into the internet, like 4chan, know all this type of stuff, like didn't do nothing. You have to know all this type of stuff, and I know it because I was on a project where I had to actually study it deeply my last couple years in college, and it's something I always kept up with. And I'm like, it's so funny to me because even in their supremacy, they take their cues from us. Because the way they have desensitized and propagandized and radicalized so many men and boys worldwide is by making everything a joke. By making everything funny. Who did they get that from? They got that from us. And I'm not saying Black people that it's our fault that they're doing this and taking it used for evil. But I'm saying as we are always the blueprint. So if you are confused about what is going on in the world, look at what we do and then flip it for evil. That'll be the answer to your question.
One of the best books that I have read in several years is Defining Moments in Black History, Reading Between the Lies by Dick Gregory. Dick Gregory was an activist during the civil rights movement, and he intimately knew many of its most influential leaders, including Malcolm X and Martin Luther King Jr. And not only was this man an activist, he was also a writer, a historian. He was an actor, an entertainer, a public speaker, and an entrepreneur. And his book contains many bombshell historical facts that we have not been taught, namely the real reason that Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. was assassinated. And the real reason is because Dr. King, at the time of his murder, was getting ready to conduct what he called his Poor People's Campaign, where he was going to gather poor Americans, Black Americans chiefly, but also indigenous peoples, immigrants, and even white Americans who were impoverished, and together work toward demanding economic justice, equity, and parity. That made him a danger. And that is why he was assassinated. This is why books are being banned. This is why they are trying to revise and whitewash history. But see, in learning our history, that gives us a pathway forward because it is my belief that it is us using our considerable economic power that will make our voices heard.
Anyways, welcome back, guys. And thank you so much for watching to this point. Honestly, it is not even what we should even debate about. You know, the problem we have is that we immigrants that migrate from our own country to another country in search of greener pastures do not really understand the depth and magnitude and sacrifices that Black Americans have done. We do not really understand that some of the culture you imitate today, and then you now sat with your bold face and your pride to say, oh, Black Americans do not have culture. Oh, Black Americans do not have where to go. Oh, Black Americans do not have this, they do not have that. You forgot that most of the things you're doing is as a benefit and as a result of the Black Americans who are literally the blueprints, because they have set those blueprints for you to be able to follow, imitate, enjoy, and then benefit from the system. And then you're not assuming that Black Americans do not have culture or Black Americans are not the blueprints. If you're watching this as an immigrant, I want you to first of all go study the histories of Black American. I want you to understand their pains. I want you to understand their origin and how Black Americans, and now they're tagging themselves as foundational Black Americans, come into existence. I will never in my life have any arguments with any of this, because starting from music, from food, from it's just a whole lot that these people have literally contributed to us generally, and then give us the opportunity to leave our homeland and come to another man's land and come and enjoy. Because I can tell you for a whole fact, if not for the struggles, the things that Black Americans have literally gone through, a lot of us wouldn't have had that opportunity, especially as a Black person, to be in America today. In fact, wouldn't have had a lot of exposure that we're having today. So when next you want to call them lazy, when next you want to say they don't have culture, when next you want to say they don't have language, when next you want to say whenever Trump is ready to deport them, where are they going to go? They don't have anywhere to go. They don't have anything to offer. They don't have anything to contribute. Remember that Black Americans are the blueprints. Anything you are enjoying, your daily activities, your daily life, these people made it possible for you. They made life easy for you. They made life sweet for you. They made you imitate their music so that you can also have an opportunity to future out there. They made you imitate their food so that you can also have a good taste buds when it comes to food. Do not argue with Black Americans. Do not. Especially as someone that have a Black American mother and a Black American dad, where I literally see them even on daily basis, still trying their possible best to stand out there to just do a lot of things. You don't dare. I'm telling you for a whole fact. As far as I'm concerned, argue with your keyboard, argue with your computer, argue with your smartphone. Black Americans are the blueprints. Go to the east, go to the west, go to the north, and go to the south. So put a respect to that name, Black Americans. Anyways, like, comment, and share, and credit belongs to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please do what? Subscribe, like this video, drop me your comments, and lastly, do not forget to share. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, subscribing, joining my membership, dropping super thanks. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And thank you so much for staying stick and hook with me to the end of this video. And yes, guys, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be saying bye, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys.